Hello, are you interested in knowing what the Naperville residential real estate market is doing? Stay tuned, I'm going to go over the average sales price, median sales price, more information about the Naperville, Illinois market. I am Kristine Glockler with the Glockler Group at Coldwell Banker Realty. If you find this information helpful, please like and subscribe to this channel. I really want prospective home buyers and sellers to know what's going on in the local market, know what the residential market is doing. I share market update videos, usually quarterly, and we'll go over changes in the market. So generally speaking, what are we seeing in the current market? Mortgage rates are going up, and they actually jumped up quite a bit in a short amount of time compared to what they usually do. As mortgage rates go up and prices go up, buyer affordability goes down. Mortgage payments, monthly payments get higher, and buyers are usually able to afford less home. So that is something that is going on now. It is still a great time to buy. Just if you are looking to buy, thinking of buying, just take that into consideration that with mortgage rates going up, and they're expected to go up, no one has a crystal ball, but people are saying there are going to be more rate increases this year, that as mortgage rates go up, your mortgage payment will go up, and also taking into consideration housing prices that are going up. So there are a number of sellers that are wanting to sell sooner rather than later because of that. There are buyers that are wanting to buy sooner rather than later because of that. Now keep in mind, there are still so many advantages to purchasing a home, and mortgage rates, historically speaking, are still low. I know back in the 80s, they were 18, 19% interest rates. So now where they are, and of course, you want to make sure you want to speak with a highly reputable and local lender. If you are looking to buy, I have a network of great lenders that clients have enjoyed working with that do a fantastic job. You'll want to speak with them because this market and these rates are changing. You also want to make sure that you have a very current loan pre-approval letter. It's not really the case anymore where pre-approval letters that are 30 days old or 60 days old will work. You want to check in with your lender and say, okay, I'm going to write on this property this amount. Can you please, give me an updated pre-approval, because the numbers might change as far as what your prices are, pre-approval price, etc. So you want to make sure everything checks out. With that being said, the average sales price, this is Naperville versus the entire MLS area for the Midwest real estate data. So if the average sales price in Naperville, March of 2022, as you could see, there was quite a bit of a jump, was $550, $558. And this compares here, the $372, $532 to the entire MLS area. Now I tell people real estate is very local, even within Naperville. Naperville is a large suburb. There are different housing options, different subdivisions, communities, price points, property types, and all that makes a difference. And so this is generally speaking with Naperville. But what's important if you are thinking of selling, you've had thoughts of selling, is looking at your specific area and property type. That's very important. Real estate is very local. You don't really look at Naperville, generally speaking, when listing a home. The reason I'm doing this is to give comparison for people in Naperville looking to purchase in Naperville, sell in Naperville, to know what the market is like. So as you can see again, that increase in average sales price, and this is since January of 2019, the average sales price was $400,773, went up, went down a little bit here. Usually the average sales price, it does have some seasonality to it. Our market does. And a lot of times it's about the price of the properties for sale, right? And the number of properties for sale. And our region does have seasonality. Usually the winter, there's less activity than the rest of the year. So this is what the prices have done in Naperville, the average sales prices, looking from March of 2022 to January of 2019. Now this is the median sales price for Naperville versus the entire MLS region. So the median sales price in Naperville was $465. Back in January of 2019, it was $375. You could see here, even January of 2022, it was $407, $450. February went up to $441. March, $465. So what does this mean if you are a home buyer? Going back to what I spoke about, prices at this time are going up. No one can predict the future and say, well, I think housing prices are going to do this or housing prices are going to do that, even a couple months from now, let alone down the road. If you are looking to buy, my professional suggestion is, like most people, you want to think long-term too. Real estate, there's a saying, you buy real estate and wait, you don't wait to buy real estate. So if you are thinking of buying, take this into consideration that the statistics are showing that the average and median sales prices are going up. Mortgage rates are going up. Now, there are great mortgage resources out there. I can share some of them. I also like letting lenders speak to the lending side and real estate professionals to speak to the real estate specific side. So just know that, like I said, you will want, if you are looking to buy, you will want to keep in contact with your lender and have an updated current loan pre-approval letter that is not 30 days old, because the way that rates are changing, that really can make a difference. You want to have a current letter. And I tell clients the same thing when we are getting offers on the listing side. When we are getting offers, in this market, you want current loan pre-approvals as well. Now, if you are thinking of selling, like I said, there are a number of sellers that are wanting to list homes for sale because of the uncertainty of what's going to happen with mortgage rates going up. And to put it back into perspective, mortgage rates are still low. It's not, I remember years ago and even a meeting, people were happy when they were around 6. They have been very low these last couple of years, but it is still a good time to buy. And like I said, I can share in another video the interest rates and what they were over the last 30 years, and they were very, very high. And generally speaking, the Midwest is one of the most affordable places to live based on all the other regions. And so that's something to take into consideration as well. So the next is the number of homes for sale. So Naperville is blue, the entire MLS is red. So of course, naturally, the entire MLS area is going to have more homes for sale than one area. So in March of 2022, the number of homes for sale in Naperville was 174. Back in January of 2019, it was 622. So 622 in January of 2019 to 174 of March 2022. So there is very much a decrease in home inventory and the number of homes for sale, and a lot of buyer demand, which is making a lot of properties, not all, but a lot of properties are getting good interest, selling in multiple offer situations. It all depends on the property type, the price, condition, etc. So there are a lot more buyers out looking for these 174 properties, whereas back, I know I'm by no means a new agent, so I've been licensed for almost 11 years now, and I've seen the market conditions change. And back in January of 2019, there were more homes for sale, and so then the market time was longer, and I'll talk more about the monthly supply of inventory. So these are the closed sales. So again, naturally, MLS area is going to have more than one area. The number of closed sales in Naperville of March 2022 was 173. Now with this, you usually see it a little bit similar, and I'll go over why, and it has to do with the month supply of inventory. So January of 2019, there were 102 homes that sold in Naperville. Compared to March of 2022, there were 173. Now keep in mind, back in January of 2019, there were a lot more homes for sale than there were here. So these are the market trends. As to be expected, there's a dip usually at the end of the year, a lot of times, the beginning of the year. So there was 173 in March, 120 in January, and then usually these are our busiest seasons usually in real estate: April, May, June, and July a lot of times. And so then you could see January again, it dipped. Usually that end of December to early January, there are fewer homes for sale, fewer home sales. Now I'm going to talk about the monthly supply of inventory. Now this is also known as the MSI. It is the time frame in which it would take to sell all of the homes currently for sale here in the entire MLS area versus Naperville. So you have all of the active homes. In what time frame would it take for all of those homes to sell? So here you could see at the highest, June 2019, it was 4.9 months. So it would take about 4.9 months to sell, just under 5 months to sell all of the inventory for sale in Naperville. Here, about 2.2 back in October of 2020. And look what it did in March of 2022 and February. We're looking at under a month of monthly supply of inventory. So this means that it would take less than a month, and in February, just over 2 weeks, to sell all of the inventory for sale in Naperville. So that should really help give a visualization and explain what is happening in the market. Properties, for the most part, are selling faster than they were, but with the buyer demand, it's also very important to work with a highly professional, proactive, and highly experienced agent, because it's important for a seller to know what the different offers mean, what's some common terms now that buyers are doing to increase their chances of winning a multiple offer situation, and explaining those. And a lot of people are choosing to sell now, and some people have never sold before. Some people, it's been a very long time since selling, and I can certainly say either one, the market has changed just over the last year or two. So chances are, if you're a seller, you probably haven't had an experience selling in a market like this before. And I go over everything with our clients, both the buyers and the sellers, as far as really what to expect. For buyers, ways to increase your chances of winning a multiple offer situation. For sellers, what everything entails, because there are a lot of intricacies with multiple offer situations. And it can be inevitable now. Again, it all depends on the property's price, condition, property type, and the buyer pool, so to speak, of the size and number of prospective buyers interested in that particular property. So if you have any questions, If you are thinking of buying, selling, investing in Naperville, I'd be glad to help. Again, we have a variety of experience in different market conditions, and I work with Judy, who has over 42 years of real estate expertise and has worked in a variety of market conditions. And I grew up in and around real estate, so it's, some people don't know what they don't know. We're here to explain everything and go over how unique this market is, and we work in our clients' best interest and have our clients' best interest in mind, and we really treat transactions like they are our own. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, again, if you could please like this video, subscribe for more information, and have a great day.